Hello, my lovelies. So I'm back and it's late here. What can I say? And yes, I know there's a marshmallow on my head. It's St. Patrick's Day and I wasn't wearing any green. So, whatever, don't come at me. So, anyway, um, I'm not feeling great. It's just been, I don't know, it's been hectic. And it's really been kind of lately. I got my third treatment yesterday for my lupus, and I'm just very sore and very cranky. Not to mention other stuff's going on. I'm swollen and just not feeling very good. And today was just one of those days that I just wanted to go back to bed, but it wasn't happening. So, yeah. So, yeah. Hey, my hair has gotten a lot longer. Yeah, I love it. So, okay, getting back on track and not getting distracted because I've been like that recently. Big changes are coming. I'm very excited about this. Big changes. Can't wait to share them with you when it happens. Not going to say much right now, but big changes. And yeah, that's exciting, right? Yeah, who doesn't like big changes? So, some big changes have already taken place. I wouldn't really call them changes. I'm just gonna say, incidences. So, as many of you know, my mother and I are no longer talking. We went from low contact to no contact on my choice. And it was just because of her blatant just coming at me. It really started at Christmas. Well, let's just face it. It started years ago. Her just her attitude, man, her attitude. She got some major attitude going on. And it's never her fault. It's always somebody else's fault. She's never at fault. Oh my gosh, did I just do that? I took it off because I don't think I can be taken seriously with a marshmallow on my head. And instead, yeah, okay. Anyway, it's gone now. So back to what I was talking about. So when we last spoke to each other, I texted her, and I know this is going to sound really scummy and make me sound like a really scummy person, but my last full message to her was, do not come to my house or you will have the law called on you. I just didn't feel like dealing with it anymore. The drama, the bullshit, all of it, it was just overwhelming, and just, I was done. And it was years and 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 years. And, who wants to do that? Not me. And, I used to put up with it because, it was my parents. But I've come to the realization that no, you know, people need to respect my boundaries too. I have boundaries just as much as anybody else. And if I'm respecting my children's boundaries already, then it's time to respect my boundaries. And self health has a lot to do with respecting your own boundaries and making people respect your boundaries. Because a lot of times when people hear that you have a mental disability or a mental issue, they want to stomp all over your personal space and your personal boundaries and say things that are highly inappropriate. And I've run into that with my own mother, and she has stomped the hell all over every boundary and said everything that you can possibly say to a person that you're not supposed to say. And, I don't know. I don't want to come off as too harsh or like I think I'm perfect, because I know I'm not. But the fact of the matter is, we all have our breaking point. And for me, it was Christmas. And that just did it. It was just stressful. And I got sick. And I missed out on Christmas. And then for her to just basically turn me away when I knew I was well, I'd, been tested. I wasn't going to make anybody sick. That's why I missed out on Christmas. If I was looking to make somebody sick, I'd just been like, yeah, come on over. Because they would have come. She called me that morning. She was ready to do it. And I had told her before I was sick. I had the virus or something. They told me I had the virus. I guess that's what it was. It was unlike anything I'd ever had before. I'll just put it that way. For those of you who don't remember, my videos are on the channel. You can go back and look at them. So anyway, it just spiraled so out of control so fast that for a moment I didn't even think it had happened. You know, it's just one of those moments where you're like, did this really happen? Or I knew it happened, you know, when she attacked me and said what she said. And it's just like, wow, do you think so little of me? And that's okay, you know, I mean, it's not okay, but if that's the way she wants to, you know, I don't know, see things, then I can't change her vision for her. I can't go in there and be like, well, no, you have to see things the way I want you to see things, because that just isn't the way it's going to work. No more than her trying to change my way of seeing things, you know, and her telling me that, oh, no, you should see things the way I see things. That's not going to work. I'm too old for that. And, you know, something that I had to point out to her, because I know people are going to come at me and say, oh, it's just a phrase. You shouldn't overuse a phrase. But, you know, you shouldn't oh, no, you're right. You shouldn't overuse a phrase. But the thing is that I know a lot of people like, you shouldn't overanalyze a phrase is what I was trying to think of. And you're right there too. I mean, some things are just, you know, are just phrases. But this was becoming more of an ideology to her. And it was that my sister and I are still children. And her thing was, you kids. And again, I know it's a phrase, and you know, to every parent, their child is still their kid. But for her, I think it was becoming more of ideology that we were still children. And that's just simply not the case. My youngest, she's the only one who's really younger than me. My younger sister is fully a grown woman, and I myself am a grown-ass woman with 3 children. I am not a child. I may have some childlike qualities. I'm joking. But I'm not a child. I will cut up with you and, you know, goof off with you and joke around with you. You know, I'm not a tightwad. But at the same time, I'll tell you to brush your teeth and go to bed. I mean, you know, I'm a parent. I am an adult who is a mother, who is a parent. You know, it's just the way of life. But it started out, oh gosh, I know it was, no, she's always used it. As far back as I can remember. And it had tapered off for a while because I know one of the things that I got thrown in my face a lot was, you're a grown-ass adult, act like it. But then it was like, it started coming back, and I noticed it. And then it became more frequent. And then it was like she was using it as, you kids just don't know what you're doing. You kids, you kids, you kids, you kids, you kids. So I had to point out to her, I'm not a kid. I was like, that's where you fail to realize I'm not a kid. And so her thing was, you kids just don't know what's going on. You're trying to get your way. You're just mad because you're not getting your way. And I had to point out, I'm not a kid. I'm a grown-ass adult. Well over her 20s. I have children. I have a child who's in his teens. I have a daughter who's heading on her teens. I have a toddler who's heading on 4 years old. I'm not a damn kid. I know it's not just throwing a fit to get my way. I went without Christmas. I just want you here for these damn kids who are kids. They want to see you. And it turned into a fight. Of course. And I know the way I make it sound may come off as petty, but you have to realize there's a whole story behind this. Oh, honey child, buckle in. There's a whole story behind this. And It's not pretty. But we're not going to get into that today. The thing is that she came out to my property. I know there's a long roundabout way of saying this, but she came out to my property. Uninvited, unannounced, and just unsympathetic. And she stood out at my door with me in my hallway with my autistic child now, beating on my front and back door for no more than 20 minutes. And I couldn't fathom why she couldn't catch the drift in the first 5 minutes. My father has Alzheimer's. If she had him with her, why? It's still cold here. Why? So I gave her the chance. I didn't go to the door. I didn't engage. She knew. She had it in text. I still have it in text. And I called the law. Am I happy? No. Am I proud? No. Do I want this gap between us? No. Is it what I'm stuck with? Yes. And is it for my own well-being? Yes. Yes, it is. It is. So before anybody comes at me about my well-being and my health and all that good stuff, it is for my well-being. It's my journey to mental stability. And I know some people may say, oh, but you seem so mentally stable. There's some aspects to my life that you don't see. Some aspects to my life that I have not gotten to the place that I want it to be. Silly cat. I have not gotten to the place where I want to be. And I'm working on that. I can only work on that. That's all I can do. I can only work on me. I can't work on somebody else. Especially not a grown woman who's mentally capable of taking care of herself. Do I feel bad about cutting off yet another part of my family? Yeah, I do. But is this something that I saw coming from like miles away? Yeah, this is also something I saw coming. People told me that I was going to have to cut her off. And there may be family members watching this right now that may be going, that's not right. You know her situation, and I do. But I also know mine, and I need to take care of myself too. I have children I have a daughter who's looking at me, watching me, and what am I teaching her if not let people run all over you because what? It's not right. And it's not fair to her. And it's not fair to myself, and it's not fair to my youngest son who has autism, who needs me. 110% of me. But also, it's not right to myself. I owe myself so much more than what I've been giving myself. I haven't been taking good care of myself. Not like I'm supposed to. I preach about mental well-being and physical well-being, but I don't always practice it. And like I said, there might be some people who come at me about this, and I don't care. This is about me. I hold myself accountable for what I've done to me, and it's my fault. Did it start out as my fault? No. But the fact that I allowed it to continue, and I didn't stop, and I didn't rein it in, and I didn't start doing something until now, when a lot of the damage has been done, and I'm at a critical point in my life, yeah, it is my fault. And don't take this the wrong way. There's nothing that's horribly going wrong with me. I'm not in any immediate danger, so don't think that I'm saying that. It's just that I owe myself better. I mean, something as simple as getting an emotional support animal. Why did it take me so long to do it? Because I was scared. I was scared of what people were going to say. In my mind I was going, now, your mom doesn't like animals. Now you're going to put one in the house? What is she going to say? What if she quits coming to see you? When my sister has like 4 cats in the house, now like 7, and she continues to see her. And this isn't anything to do with my sister or anything. It's me. It was me fooling myself into thinking, and who knows, maybe she would have. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe she would have gotten mad. I don't know. She really doesn't like animals. I don't know. And, that was shame on me because I allowed that fear to take part for so long. And I knew, and ESA does so much. So, what's wrong with having a little kitten in the house that helps me feel better in times of stress and stuff? Nothing. Elijah's eventually going to have a service animal. Nobody questions that. So that's where I'm at. Feeling a little bit, just looking a little bit, but I'm working on it. And that's all I can do is try to drink water, stay on my meds, go to the doctor, exercise, just try to make each and every day a better day and know that there's still going to be some bad days. Even if I am working my hardest at it, there's still going to be days that I just think, why am I doing this? Why am I trying? Why am I putting myself through the paces like this? Who's going to appreciate it? And I know that in the end, I'll appreciate it. And hopefully so will my children. And if I'm blessed to become a grandparent, then their children. I don't know what the future's going to hold. I really don't. But I know that I owe myself better than what I've been giving myself. And that's something I have to work on. So, I challenge everybody to just think of something in your life that could be a little better. And challenge yourself to do a little better. Maybe you want to become more social. Maybe you want to work out more. Maybe you want to drink more water, eat healthier. Pick up a new hobby. Spend more time on yourself. Spend more time with your significant other. Spend more time with your kids. It doesn't matter. It could be anything small or big or whatever. And just make it a goal to start working on that one thing. That's all it takes. One thing to start, a habit of working on yourself that will open up other goals. One goal can lead to another goal. You just never know. So, we only have one life, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know what you believe, whatever you believe. But in my eyes, we only have one life. So, why not make it great? All right, well, I'm going to sign off on that. And I hope you're all having a wonderful day. And sorry it took me so long to post again. Like I said, it's really been kind of an up and down sort of thing. But I love you all. Bye.